Hi everyone, my name is Isaiah Real, financial advisor with Laguna Wealth Advisors. Welcome to my first episode of Real Sense Retirement. So this is going to be a question and answer show. And the reason I made this show is based off of, and if you follow my other content, I have another video series and it's called Daily Reality. And it shares with you my daily reactions, my daily interactions, I should say, with my clients, with potential clients. And I'm a financial advisor and I specialize in retirement and retirement planning. And so on a daily basis, that's what I deal with is retirement, is answering people's questions, helping them manage their retirement, helping them plan for their retirement. And so from what I've seen, and I'm thankful for this, the video series has given me a little bit more awareness to this, same questions are asked all the time. They may be phrased differently, but the same subjects, the same type of questions get asked on a regular basis. So I'm sure if a couple of people are asking this question, well, other people must have the same question too as well. And of course, if they're asking this question, then they want an answer to it. And so this is going to be my opportunity. This show is going to be my opportunity to share with you those questions that I get asked on a weekly basis. I'm going to have this show once a week. And I'm going to share with you the questions that I've been asked on a weekly basis with you. Today, I have 4 different questions I want to share with you that I've been asked in the last week, all revolving around retirement and money and everything in between. This show is an opportunity to answer all those questions and more. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, question number 1. What's the number 1 question that I should be asking myself before I retire? Okay, good question. This is the number 1 question you should be asking yourself. It's this. What are you retiring to? So let me repeat that again. What are you retiring to? I just made a video about this. In fact, I'll put the link right here on the screen. But this is the number 1 question you should be asking yourself. Because we've worked all our lives, right? Most of us. But in this case, let's say we did like what we did for work. That's now leaving. We're officially retiring from that. And now we are officially retiring to what we want to do. So because of that, what are we retiring to? What's that passion going to be? What's that daily drive that you're going to have? Do you want to spend more time with family, with your kids, with your grandkids? Great, do that. Do you want to spend more time with your hobbies or the passion? Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to do a part-time job. Maybe you want to work on those crafts that you have. Great, do that. But know before you retire, what are you retiring to? What's that passion going to be? What's that hobby going to be? Because I've seen many people in the past, when they retired, they had nothing to retire to. They had no passion. They had no job. They had no plan for what they were going to do. And in fact, they thought they were going to be happy, but you know what? They had a bad taste in their mouth once they retired. They were bored. They didn't know what they wanted to do. And so I highly suggest to you, have a plan, know what you want to do in retirement. What are you retiring to? What are my thoughts on long-term care insurance? Good question. I have 2 thoughts on long-term care insurance, and they go 2 different ways. Number 1 is this. Do you think you're self-insured? What I mean by that is this, do you have enough money saved in the bank account, checking accounts, savings accounts, investment accounts? It could be real estate, I don't know. But do you have enough money saved so if something were to happen to you, knock on wood, you had to go to the hospital, you got sick, you had an illness, that you had enough money saved where you can pay for that health service on your own? If you do and you feel like you do, great. Maybe you may be self-insured. That's one option you can go about this. The second option is this, is maybe you do need a long-term care insurance policy. If that's the case, then here's 3 questions that I think you should ask yourself. Number 1 is, what's your health? Number 2, what's your age? Number 3 is, what's your finances looking like? When it comes to health, when you talk to the insurance provider, because I've helped people with this in the past when it comes to getting long-term care insurance policies, the insurance provider is going to ask you a couple things, and more specifically, they're going to ask you about your health. What's your health looking like? Do you have pre-existing medical conditions? Have you been sick in the past? Have you had cancer? Have you had heart issues? Do you have diabetes? Do you have other serious or minor health conditions? They're going to ask you those questions that may dictate if the insurance provider gives you coverage, or if they don't give you coverage, or if they adjust the coverage they're willing to offer to you. So health is going to be a big thing here. And the second thing is going to be age. Age is going to be a big play here. Insurance providers look at it this way: probabilities. And so if someone gets older in age, the probability of them getting some type of health condition increases with every single age going higher. And so because of that, they're going to adjust their coverages, they're going to adjust the price. Most likely they're going to increase the price if you get older for long-term care insurance policies. And so if you're looking into this, and this is something you're thinking about, if you're in your 40s or 50s, that may be a good time to take a look. And maybe if you want this, that could be an age in which you go about getting it, because the price of it's going to be cheaper because you're still younger, you're still youthful. Perhaps your health is a little bit better in age. If you get older in age, in your 60s and 70s, yes, the provider may give you a coverage, but they may increase the prices for that coverage, or they may adjust the coverage they're willing to give to you. So age is going to be a factor when it comes to getting long-term care insurance. The third thing is, what are your finances looking like? And the reason I say that is because there's going to be a cost to this long-term care insurance policy for you. And so if you're already tight on money and if you're already on a budget, well, you have to think about this. Is this something you really want for yourself? Yes or no? And if it is something you want for yourself, then where are you going to take the money from? What other area are you going to take the money from to pay for this long-term care insurance policy? Because it is going to cost you money. So those are my thoughts on long-term care insurance. How should I start investing? So the question is this: how should I start investing? Let me share with you this. This is how I invest for my clients. Is this dollar cost averaging. And so let me show you the definition from investopedia.com. I love investopedia.com. Dollar cost averaging is an investment technique which involves buying a fixed dollar amount of a particular investment on a regular schedule, regardless of the share price. So as a result of the approach, the investor ends up purchasing more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. And so how this works is this. Let me give you an example. Let's say we're investing into, I have an iPhone in front of me. So let's say Apple. We're investing into Apple stock. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dollar cost average that. We're going to buy, let's say we're going to plan to buy Apple in a 2-month span. Let's say we have 8 weeks to get this done. We have $10,000 to invest into Apple. So over an 8-week period of time, let me do the math on this. 8-week period of time, $10,000. We need to invest $1,250. We need to invest $1,250 every single week in Apple. So every week we're going to do that. We're going to invest $1,250 into Apple. How do the markets work? Markets go up and down on a regular basis. Stocks, in this case Apple stock, goes up and down on a regular basis. And so how dollar cost averaging works is over time, the theory is that we're going to get different prices at different intervals, and over time is we're going to lower the cost of how much we could pay for this investment over a long period of time. Because if we look to buy all of our Apple stock at one period of time, well, we're putting all of our eggs into one basket in a sense. We're putting all of our money into one price. If we dollar cost average it, we're getting different prices of Apple at different points in time. It could be a lot higher one day and it could be a lot lower the other day. So if you're looking to invest into a specific investment, then I suggest, don't put all of the monies into one price at one time. Break it down, put it in little by little over a period of time, because odds are is, hey, we're going to get different share prices and we may get a better price overall when we dollar cost average. So that's one way I go about it. Fourth question, what areas are good to invest in right now? Again, okay, full disclosure, I'm not suggesting you do this. I'm not advising you to do this. These are strictly my thoughts, my opinions from the research that I do. I use many different platforms to help do my research and to use for my clients, but these are purely my thoughts only. If you wanted to go ahead and use this, then talk to your financial professional first. Talk to your family, talk to your spouse, talk to your partner, talk to your kids, talk to whoever it may be, HR, whoever it may be, and see if it's the right fit for you first. But here are my thoughts on, let me share these sectors. Here are the sectors I like right now when it comes to investing and when it comes to looking to outpace the S&P 500. So I use relative strength investing to see what investments are going to look to outpace the S&P equally weighted 500 over a long period of time. And so one area I use is called Dorsey Wright. It's a platform that we use, and so I keep track of that on a regular basis. And from there, I can see, hey, what sectors are doing well, what sectors are not doing well, what sectors are looking to outpace the S&P 500, what sectors are looking to have more buy signals in there too as well. So let me share with you three. The real I like right now is this: number one is technology. Even with this recent market correction, technology stocks got beaten up pretty bad. But overall, technology is still the number one investment even through the correction when it comes to looking to outpace the S&P 500 and also too when it comes to buy signals. And so technology is one area that I like right now for investments. When we take a step back, technology is not going anywhere. Do you think this phone was the same 4 years ago or even was last year? No, they're always evolving technology. And so because of that, we're always going to evolve with that. And so these are some good areas to be in for growth. The second option is sector-wise is healthcare. I like healthcare quite a bit right now. The beautiful thing about healthcare is there's always a need for it in good markets or bad. You, me, everyone else in between, we need healthcare. And so because of that, there's always going to be a need. Healthcare sector overall has gone up the ranks here recently. Right now it's the number 2 sector according to Dorsey Wright and Associates. When it comes to returns, when it comes to buy signals, or relative strength, I should say. And so healthcare is one area to take a look at. The other area that I'm taking a look at, granted, again, full disclosure, I'm not investing into this right now for myself or for clients, but I want to share it with you. It's utilities. Utilities has climbed up the ranks here recently when it comes to relative strength. So that could be an area to take a look at moving forward. Typically when markets tend to slow down a little bit or tend to pull back, that doesn't mean we're not going to get returns, but when it just starts pulling back a little bit, utilities tend to be a place where you can get solid returns. So we're starting to see that. We're starting to see utilities climb the ranks there. And so that's an area I'm taking a look at. Granted, not investing it yet for clients, but it's an option. So those are the 4 questions I want to share with you. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm here to answer them. This is Real Sense Retirement. Thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Take care.